Dun, 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 dun.
Good morning.
We did it. We're live.
We did. I love it. You know what? I gotta say, first of all, good morning and welcome to Binge Live. Great to see you as always.
Me too.
I love how we have every week you can tell that this thing is live because there's always some sort of a glitch that happens. And I absolutely love that. It just makes me smile so
We're
much.
rolling with it, you know? We're rolling with the punches, and it's great to see you. How the heck are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? How have you been the past couple weeks? I know you've had a lot going on.
I know, I missed you. Basically, we've been really busy. We were pitching our show, The Madams, at the Latino Media Market, which was really great. We got a lot of good meetings. We have some follow-up conversations happening. So all good things. I'll keep you posted on that front, but we were it was nerve-wracking. It was very stressful, but we did great. Natalie and I are very happy with how it turned out.
Now, was this your first time doing something along these lines?
First time, and it was also all virtual, which was a new thing. You know, usually media markets are in person and you have pitch meetings and it's face to face. So that was also cool because I feel like we were maybe able to even get more meetings than we might have been able to, like in person. You know, there's lots of things that can come up and traffic and other factors.
That's fantastic. Well, congratulations. Hopefully we get more good news coming. That would be all wonderful.
Thank you. Yes, same. What's new and what's latest with you?
Just busy, doing very well. We just escrow closed today, earlier this morning on the townhouse in Santa Monica. Super excited for the sellers, the clients, and the buyer. Very happy for them all. And then just busy, busy, busy. So it's all kinds of goodness right now. Doing some fundraising, donations, like it's just everything's all over the place right now. So it's all good.
All the things. Well, speaking of real estate.
Well done. Nice segue. We have an incredible guest today. I think everybody within the chamber knows this person. I'm gonna let you take it away.
All right, Stephanie Yinger, come on out. We cannot wait to talk to you.
Yay! Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
I like the little Wayne's World thing that you had going on there for a second.
Wayne's World. You know.
Excellent.
Well, you guys are hilarious. How the heck are you?
Just peachy. A little warm today, but it's okay.
I have to start off. I have something that I forgot to ask you, Stephanie, or tell you actually, and this is a total segue. I haven't told Joel this, but I have actually been mistaken as your daughter like multiple times because my mom's name is Stephanie Yinger.
And oh my God, yes. Are you Stephanie Yinger's daughter? Because this is one of my all-time funny name stories. So I have a colleague named Stacy Young. Hi, Stacy. And people for years said to me, "Are you related to Stacy Young?" And I was like, just because her name sounds like my name doesn't make us related.
It does.
And then I met this amazing woman named Stephanie Yinger. And part of me was like, this is hilarious because everyone's going to think we're related. And then the other part of me was like, she and I should go to business together and we should be Yinger and Younger.
Yes.
Oh my God, I had no idea. This is amazing. Well, tell her I said hi. That's my favorite story.
Mom, and you watching. Hi.
Make sure you told everybody I had you as a very young child.
I will. I usually try and make up a cool story.
I was Stephanie Younger's daughter, but I didn't want everyone to know, so I changed my name to Yinger.
Oh, my mom is watching, apparently. That's awesome.
Hi, Stephanie Yinger. We have to do like one of those, like a TikTok together.
Yes.
Totally. Yes.
Yeah.
That jump. Do people do that anymore? Where you like do the like jump in and out, and you're like you were that person. I don't know. I should not talk about TikTok.
She says she loves you, Stephanie.
I love you too, Stephanie.
Okay, I just totally segued and took over that. Now I have so many ideas for Yinger and Younger, but I'm going to let Joel talk.
Right.
Oh, I think that's great. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of Binge Live. This was fantastic.
I know. I think we kind of need a talk show, but at any rate, all right, great.
So how are you? So thank you so much for joining us. We know you are a very busy person, so appreciate you making the time for us. This is fantastic of you to do.
Thank you for having me. I mean, it's not so bad to just sit and chit chat with people and drink some coffee and, say hi to everybody on Facebook. So I'm thrilled and honored to be here.
Yeah, this is like my third coffee already because
I know. Yes.
it's better for everybody. It's I tell everybody this is my public service. I will have caffeine before I talk to people. It's just
Yes.
That's fair.
They should be aware that we're trying to do our part for them. So
yeah,
but I'm excited to be here. I don't get on Binge very often, and so I'm thrilled and honored. And you're gonna convert me. I'm gonna have to tune in regularly now.
We hope so. But
tell us about Stephanie Yinger Group, because you have created. Well, first of all, how long have you been in real estate?
So I have now, in January, I'll have been in this business for 20 years, and I don't know how that happened. It feels like just yesterday, and it's been a fantastic experience. And one of the things I think is really curious about it is I'm certain that 20 years ago I didn't think to myself that I was going to have this amazing team of 20 agents and 10 staff people, and that we'd be doing as much wonderful business as we do. But I just try to always stay open to whatever was coming my way and respond to it as it came, and here I am. So now I don't think I could ever go back, but I really do enjoy it. It's been 20 years.
But you're only 18, so how is
yes
that?
That's right. I know, and I'm a mom, apparently. I am a mom, but I have teenagers. So I don't know how that happened either, but that's a whole other Binge live. So
I mean, I'm sure it's been like so amazing, the process of you building out your business. Do you want to just share what that's kind of been like? You don't have to tell us all of your secrets, but some of your secrets maybe.
Well, I mean, I obviously there's a lot of there's the sort of process of growing the team. So maybe there's like two tracks, and there's the process like building and expanding your actual business, and then they sort of intersect, right? Because you can only do so much business by yourself. And so, I mean, I will say, I think it all started when I realized I'm as you can tell, like I'm a fairly social person. I mean, that's no mystery to anybody on this live or in the chamber, obviously. So I'm a fairly social person. And when I got into real estate, I had always worked for somebody else. I hadn't ever worked for myself or by myself. And so I figured out pretty quickly that it was a little bit on the lonely side. And so, and I had this coach who said to me, if you don't have an assistant, then you are an assistant. And so early on, I started by hiring a part-time, college student intern, and then a part-time assistant. And so I was always trying to find a way to leverage my time. And I think it was when I was having my first child that I realized I didn't want to have to be on call by myself 24/7, but I still wanted to be able to service my clients at a high level. And so I brought on an agent to work with me at that time. So I've been building a team in some iteration for a long time. And sort of responding to the growth of the business. The other thing that same coach said to me was, that real estate, probably like many businesses, could be a 20 to 30-year process of really building the business the way you want it to be. Don't be scared. That sounds awful, but there is you have to recognize that there's a building period in every business. And then there's a period where you're like, okay, I built it and now I can grow it. Mm-hmm. And then once you grow it, then you can kind of enjoy it and make maybe your exit plan or something like that. So I haven't quite figured out what stage I'm in yet, but I'm definitely, I think, in the growing and enjoying, but not ready to exit plan yet. So
you actually made a really good point, because it's one thing that people don't realize is when you go to get your license, we take the exam for license, okay, learn about this roof type, learn about this, but they don't actually tell you, learn how to create a business.
Right.
And
you kind of feel like it should be happening overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, there's just no way that can happen. So
it's kind of like our typical, and this will just be me on a little soapbox for a little bit. That's kind of like our education system as a whole. It's we're not taught how to balance a checkbook, but how to write a check. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
did that same thing. And so I'm like, okay, it all makes sense. So, but I digress. And that was my little preachiness for the moment.
No, but I agree with that. I mean, so you have to, and I was always a pretty good student of the business. And so I really tried hard to build it with the end in mind and all of those things. But you know, I think it was really around 2009, coming out of the Great Recession, that I really said, you know, I want a business. I don't just want to be a solo, a sole proprietor, kind of independent contractor type of person responding to business as it comes in. I really want a business that can thrive. You know, whether I'm in a meeting, my clients can get the things that they need because I have a team of people there to support them. And so I can, you know, do things like this, and I don't worry about turning the phone off, and occasionally go on a vacation and don't worry about turning the phone off. But that's where you have to have a network of people that are either in your referral network or in your company supporting you, or in your own team or your own company supporting you. So that's really when I went on the kind of business of building a team. So the team in its current iteration has been growing and evolving since about 2009.
Wow.
As a very long answer to one question about how long I've been in the business.
I asked you for the whole evolution, so you covered it. That was great. And you didn't actually, obviously, did you go to school? I know you went to LMU, right? Go Lions.
Yeah.
Go Lions.
Yes, go Lions.
I went there too. And did you have in your mind that you wanted to create, you know, this real estate empire?
No, not at all. I mean, this is like such a, I mean, so I went to school I was a humanities major, which is like a broad liberal arts degree. So clearly I had no idea what I was going to do when I grew up. And my emphasis in my humanities major was like ancient history and civilizations. So, and I actually met my husband, and we went on an archaeological dig, you know, right after college. And so that, maybe I even thought that we were going to be like an Indiana Jones couple at one point. That he worked out, but that didn't. So, so no, I started very far from where I am now. But you know, I mean, certainly the thing about the liberal arts degree is it teaches you how to think and to read and to write and to speak and to communicate and to understand people. And so, you know, I feel it served me extremely well, and I loved that. But, you know, from there, I've had a varied sort of professional career in various hospitality industries. So I worked in the restaurant business for quite a long time, and then in hotels doing special event planning. And then I actually worked for a boutique special event planning company, and traveled around the world and did big high-end pharmaceutical events. And that was really, really fun, and very much that was probably, those experiences were probably really very formative for me in real estate, because my whole sort of hospitality focus around business and making my business very much an event centered business when I could do that, you know. It's been a little hard this last year trying to, you know, have fun open houses when you can't have any open house. But, you know, that's been a big driver in differentiating the way I ran my real estate business from the way other people have run their real estate businesses. So rather than just focus on finding somebody to buy a house, I focused on trying to build community in my business, be a part of the community, make it one and the same, so that I just be top of mind for people. And that's one business strategy, you know, in general. Be top of mind for all the people you know when they need your service. So, you know, whatever service that is, my goal is that if someone needs to buy or sell a house, they think Stephanie Yinger, not Yinger, Stephanie Yinger. But you know, they think that my name comes to mind. And in the same way, any person who's on this live with us today, you know, whatever your business is, that's the goal. It's all the people you know when they need a media consultant, or, you know, or they need someone in finance. You want them, they don't need it today necessarily, but when they need it, you want them to think of you first and foremost. And so that was a big driver in building my business to where it is now.
See, this is what I love about doing this show, is that we have the conversations we have with people are so much fun, and we learn so much. Like, I had no idea that you wanted to be Indiana Jones. I had no idea about that. I mean, I think that, yeah, but I mean, you don't know about the people, their backgrounds, and we learn so much in getting to know people and their personalities, and it's really kind of cool, and that's why I just love this show. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, well, I love being on it with you. And
So
really, I'll say that my husband was really the Indiana Jones. And
just
I was just trying to be, Marilyn, I think is her name, right?
come on, just let us have the fantasy. Let's
You
just
could
A
both
moment.
be-
Could you?
yeah.
Totally. Yes.
So obviously this is an LAX Coastal Chamber event, so we have to talk about the cult. I always call the chamber the cult because it really
I
kind of,
won't tell Christina that you said that, but that's
oh,
okay.
she knows.
I,
Oh, trust me, she knows.
okay, good. I know she is the cult leader. So
Exactly. So how did you get involved with the chamber? Like, tell us about your experiences with it, because you're kind of power player up there as well.
oh, I mean, I thank you, I'll say. The chamber, I feel like I've been a friend of the chamber and FOC for a long time. And it was probably really the parade that when I first got involved with the parade, that sort of maybe how we kind of synced up with one another. And so the chamber was obviously putting on an event in my community, which I felt was very important. And so as I got to be a bigger part of the parade, and the parade became bigger, and I got to know all the people in the chamber more and more, I realized that this organization and I somehow almost are like inextricably linked because of our commitment to the community. And so, and then when you have that realization, you say, okay, well, the chamber is in all the places that I am as well. And so, and all of the people all the web of people that I'm involved with, somehow the chamber is one of those very common threads with all of these people. And so it just made sense for me to give my time and energy back to the chamber as well, because the chamber was doing so much for the community that I've been so deeply involved with. So,
Good people.
Yeah, it is. So first and foremost, the chamber is about the people that are a part of it. And that's been really, really wonderful. But then of course, the resources and the intel and the kind of understanding of community and candidly, like there's a lot of things that I just don't know about the way communities work and sometimes the way business works. And so this has been a great learning. I know, right? Don't tell anybody. But I know, but the chamber's been really good for me. I mean, I learn a lot just watching other people. So I don't know if I'm a power player, just like a power observer, but you know what? I'll stay as long as they'll let me.
I love that. I'm a power observer.
Power observer. That is our phrase of the week now. I'm just going to try and incorporate that into every conversation I have.
So you also touched on, we have to talk about last year, because that was, I mean, who would have ever imagined that we would be, we're going to talk real estate here for just a couple seconds, but that we would be in the market that we are in now because I remember I had a listing come out and we staged it just when the shutdown happened, and everybody was, well, crap, where is this going to lead us? And now here we are in this wild
Did you put it on the market? Did you put it on the market, or did you hold it off, or
no, we put it on.
Did it sell?
It did.
Yeah.
I mean, the day I won't even get into the whole thing, but
I know, right? Well, we can talk later, but who would have ever guessed? I mean, the interesting thing about this was like, I had that moment of, maybe for the first time ever, because I'd never had to be put in this position of saying, okay, wait, I have to put all the business on hold and worry about my team and my family first and foremost, right? Mm-hmm. And so we had to say, we have to close our office. We all have to go home. We have to figure out a new way. And everyone's needs to see a house or sell a house are going to have to wait for a couple of days while we all pivot. And that was very hard. That was a very hard thing to have to make calls to say to people, like, we're going to have to take a minute and figure out what's going on. Luckily, we were all having this shared experience, but you realize that you had to take things more seriously than other people were willing to take them for a while. And I think the first month while we were all really, really locked down and we couldn't do very much, I daily, I was like, am am I ever going to sell another house? You know, is everything, is it all over? How does this work? And so I had to like let myself go through those emotions every day. And I spent a lot of time, because you didn't have much else to do. I tried to keep all of our routines on point. You know, we had our meetings on Zoom, and I don't know how quickly we figured that out, but you know, we had our team meetings, we kept all of our schedules going, and we tried our best to service our clients. But you know, we were able to say, we actually can't come over right now. So it gave us some time to figure it out. And I remember just being in that first 30 days asking myself the question over and over, like, what am I going to do? What are we going to do? How do we fix this? How do we pivot? How do we work? How do we get around it? How do we stay safe? How do we get through it? You know, just like asking the question over and over again. And try certainly not to panic. I mean, I had some panic, don't get me wrong, right? We all do. I have a lot of people responsible for, and then there's also just the fact that there was a deadly disease running rampant. So, but you know, I think that having that, being forced to shut down, like really shut down for at least a few weeks at the beginning until they kind of opened some of our resources up, gave me an opportunity to think, okay, if this is a week long, if this is a month long, I don't know that I ever expected that it would be a year long, but you know, I definitely was able to think through, how do we pivot our plan and our process and our people to a place where we can work together. And you know, we obviously, like in real estate, we've been very fortunate. The real estate business has been one of the strong spots in the pandemic, and I'm very grateful for that. And you know, I also sometimes I have like that survivor's guilt thing, because I'm also, most of us are exhausted, right? But I think many people, if you had your job and your business, you had business coming in, you're tired because it's been a long year. And so I do feel like it was a good opportunity to stop and have that deep thought process of what do we do, and then to know that people wanted to stay hanging in there, and we were very blessed to have lots of clients who needed our help or wanted our help. And I feel very lucky to have had a team that stuck through it with me and allowed me to make a lot of mistakes, but believed that I had their best interests at heart, and you know, just tried to do the right thing at every turn. And I will say, we really did keep a stricter line on our pandemic protocol, and so we had, you know, no outbreaks, we were not limited by the virus and our ability to work on our end at any time. And so I feel proud of how we came through it. And you know, I think if I'm giving any advice to anybody else in case we go through this again, it was like, just do the right thing. The right thing it's always the hard thing, but do the right thing for your people, for your constituency, for your community, and it works out.
That's actually the best way to put it. Just do the right thing.
Do the next right thing. Doesn't Glennon Doyle say that? Untamed. Yeah, I'll just do the next right thing.
Oh, I haven't read that yet, but now I'm going to have to, because apparently we're thinking about this things the same way. I like that. Do the next right thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's too overwhelming, you know, when we would look at these issues and what we were going through from such a macro level. It's like, I had to tell myself that, you know, a lot of what you said, we were building our business too. It resonates, you know, Joel, every business owner, I feel like, went through this, you know, minute by minute, if not more frequently than that. So
minute by minute and pound by pound.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, and so tell me if I have to stop talking yet or not. But the other problem that we're having now is, I feel like, okay, so then we finally came back to our office, and then we could take our masks off, and then we had to put them back on, and you know, then we were having open house, and we were trying to have them like for, you know, a shorter time, and not, you know, and now we're having them for a longer time, and now maybe a shorter time. And so on the one hand, I feel really badly because, you know, someone on my team said, like, we have to stop changing things all the time. And I said, well, yes. And the problem is things are changing on us all the time. And so we just have to be iterating every moment, being open to the information that we're getting, and then trying to do the next right thing from there. And I can't be like rigid and say, you know, it's all or nothing. And people have to be flexible and nimble. We all do.
We have to
I
make.
think one of the biggest takeaways of the past year is that forget the structure, forget it, because it's not going to work. Like, especially for what we're doing. I mean, when you're talking about real estate, there is no structure here. We want to we try to structure it as best as we can, but the reality is everything just kind of, you've got to be a fluid thing. And last year really emphasized that. Yeah.
I mean, for sure, right? So,
But now we're going to get to the lighthearted part of the show, because we got serious. This was actually a very serious Binge Live. This was awesome.
oh no,
No, this was
I'm
good.
sorry.
No,
Oh God. Okay.
We'll expect a
perfect
5-page
segue.
piece just written on how upset you are by that. So I'm just saying.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Great. I'm sorry. I was super boring and awful. Okay.
No,
Let's have
this was
fun
great.
now.
No, we had good. No, this was fantastic. So now this is our really cheesy drum roll.
Drum roll, please. Welcome to Binge Live, the rapid fire round. You will have 3 seconds to answer the following questions. Stephanie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I love that face.
She just looks scared. Okay. What is your spirit animal?
A unicorn.
Love it. What was your favorite local hangout pre and post COVID? Has it changed?
Hacienda. No.
Love Hacienda. Okay. Would you rather live in a tiny home or a treehouse?
Treehouse for the view.
Great. Great.
Totally. Yes.
And if you could rename yourself, would you? And what would your name be?
Stephanie Yinger.
Yes, I love that. What is your dream place to own property? Anywhere in the world.
Oh, I mean, who doesn't want a house on the beach in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? I mean, or Westchester.
True. I could get behind either.
Either.
What is your favorite pastime or favorite memory from LMU?
My favorite pastime from LMU, or my favorite. Okay, my favorite memory from LMU is, of course, watching somebody get thrown into Foley Pond. That's always a really good time. And then going to Getty Spaghetti, which was one of our professors hosted a spaghetti dinner and took us to the Getty Museum every year. So that was really fun. Getty Spaghetti. Do it now too, because the Getty is probably sort of open.
Yeah, support the Getty, everyone. Go get the Getty and then see the Getty. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would you eat?
Oh God, that probably French fries.
Nice.
Treats.
Yeah.
And do you believe that Pluto should be considered a planet?
Of course I do. Of course. I mean, it always has been. So,
I love it. Okay, another question. What would be your walk-up song?
Oh, it's definitely I've Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, another weird one for you. Money doesn't exist. What do we use as currency?
French fries.
I love it. Great job, Stephanie. Round of applause, everyone, for Stephanie.
Stephanie all of a sudden is sitting here going, what the hell did I sign up for?
No, I know.
She's going to have her and Christina are having a chat after this.
A chat after. Oh, right. No, it better be over French fries. So that's all I can say.
So French fries, interesting. Good choice.
I mean, sure, right?
Although if that's the only food you can eat and it's currency, how is this going to play out?
Very, very badly. It's very badly.
Do you have a favorite local French fry spot?
I mean, I'm not, I just feel like if there's a French fry in front of you, you should eat it. I don't know that necessarily I discriminate against good versus bad French fries. I mean, there's a lot, I suppose the hard part about that question is I don't really have like a favorite food that,
it's hard
exists above all. It's too hard to choose. Yes. So yeah, I could also say margarita, but that might not be considered a food.
If it's frozen, I think we're a little bit.
If you actually might have to chew a tiny bit, it constitutes. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite things is really that like frozen margarita guy. The machine that.
Yes.
I mean, what if it's like a margarita gummy? I mean, then it's a food.
Well,
So
that might be another binge live.
we can find a way to get tequila involved in this. Like, don't you fret about it.
Yes, I won't be so serious for sure.
No, I think you were great. I don't think you were serious.
I don't know.
Okay.
Fantastic. No, this was great. I think we learned a lot about your business. We obviously got to see
Thanks.
a great side of you. This was so much fun. Like this was a fantastic one. I love that you did
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here, and I hope you guys have had enough fun. And I'll definitely see you all over some French fries very soon.
Yes.
That's great. So, what's a great way for people to get in touch with you?
Oh, well, you can absolutely email us at hello@stephanieyounger.com or stephanie@stephanieyounger.com. Either of those things work. Make sure it's Younger, not Yinger, and you're all good.
Fantastic.
This has been so fun.
This
Thank
is
you so much.
awesome. This is awesome.
Thank you so much.
And everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.